When you create an app block, right after you click apply and the app block creates, the first step you're going to come to is the configuration step. Configuration is basically where you are going in and you are setting up the data or customization for those specific app blocks. In basic app blocks, you'll have a configuration screen with some of the very similar steps as we see in complex app blocks. The only difference is that complex app blocks have a lot more information, plus you need to feed data into them so that content shows up on the app. Here I have an app that's already been built out, and I'm going to take us into what's called a flex locations, list of locations app block. Just as in our basic app blocks, we do have some items that we've already seen before. You have your item name, which is the name of the app block that you'll see over in your navigation menu. Your display name, which is the name that you are going to see at the top of the navigation bar in your mobile app. A deep link, which these are specifically for gimbal, so not all app blocks are going to have them available. In a flex app block, you're going to have an option called choose a list type. Flex app blocks have multiple types of functionality built within them, and we'll cover each of those separately. Next, we have include instructions. These are called app block instructions, and they are very specific just to the app block they're located in. You can create 1 to 2 pages of instructions on how that app block works or any type of instructions you want to provide to the end user. But we typically recommend that if your app isn't already intuitive, then that is when you would want to use app block instructions. If it is intuitive, there is really no need for them. It's very rare we use them, but we do have specific use cases that require them. Down here below, you are always going to see the option for global configuration for complex app blocks. First, it's going to ask, do you want it if your items should be organized within a set of folders. Depending on your content, the answer might be yes or no. It will also ask, do you have a server, service, or API providing the content? In most cases, we are creating a CSV file that will be uploaded directly into your app block, and that will provide the content. But in some cases, people may have a server providing that content, and you will enable that during this step. Because this particular app block is a list of locations, it is asking me if I want to limit the items or the content being returned. And that is an option that is available in specific app blocks. For this one, it's the list of locations. Other app blocks might have something else, such as a publish date or an expiration date. But most commonly, you're going to see a question for user content where you're going to ask the platform, should the app user themselves be able to create content, edit, or delete that content, also known as our CRUD operations. Next, we have a CSV upload. If you have a CSV uploaded, you'll be able to do that from here. Again, the process is simple. You click on it, choose your file, and it will upload automatically. Content publishing is primarily used for a carousel view. If you have a carousel on your home screen, this is where you are going to enable that part of configuration. So this is just one configuration screen of many. If I go into what is called a form submission to email app block, the configuration screen is different here because we have different data coming in that we want that user to be able to enter. Same thing for a menu. If we have a menu, the configuration screen is going to be a lot simpler. We want an item name and a display name. If I'm using global instructions, my global instructions are going to have information that's a little different. All I'm going to do is say how many pages I want. If you are using a platform extension, in this case an HTML5 code widget, this is what my configuration screen looks like. Again, the configuration step varies from app block to app block. So as we go through, I'm going to show you how to set up your configuration screen, and then you'll be able to kind of get the gist of what you need to have prepared when you're creating that app block.